Good morning, this is Luke Thomas, Homequist here at the Earthquake Forecast Center, quakeprediction.com. It is 9:24 in the morning, Monday, January 24th, 2022. Let's take a look at the forecast for California, Japan, Greece, and Alaska. Let's look at the risk graph for California over the last month and a half or so. 5.8 hit on December 7th off the northwest coast of California. 6.2 hit up near Eureka and Petrolia on the 20th. 7.3 hit on this peak. The energy was in California, but it was transferred over to the other side of the Pacific plate. This was a very large risk. And then a 4.8 hit on East Central California on the 5th of January. On the 12th of January, 3.9 hit near the Salton Sea, 3.5 hit on this peak here on the 18th. And just a little while ago here on this peak here, 4.3 hit east of San Francisco. The risk is rising rapidly here, however, on the 26th. And you can see that better right here on the Los Angeles risk level. This was the 4.3 that hit late in the 22nd. And you can see that in San Francisco, the risk was at 3 p.m. That's when it hit, was at 3 p.m., 4.3. And this is a very concerning risk level here on the 26th into the 27th. So let's take a look at the forecast map. And this data came in today. We were telling you yesterday we'd have a better idea of where it'll hit. We know when it's going to hit, which is the 26th into the 27th. But now we know pretty much where it's going to hit. It could hit anywhere between San Francisco and Los Angeles. Most likely, with this data here, this map data is probably our best forecast model at determining where it's going to hit. And it should hit northwest of Los Angeles and southeast of San Francisco Bay. This is kind of centered like west of Bakersfield, northwest of Los Angeles. Let's take a look at the current earthquakes. You can see this is probably where it'll hit, right in this area here. This quake just hit southeast of Bakersfield, and this one hit near Pine Mountain Club. This is northwest of LA. And this one hit here northeast of Santa Maria. So somewhere in this area here between Coalinga to south of Bakersfield on the San Andreas Fault here and northwest of Los Angeles, it could hit right on the Garlock Fault here. See, this one here is close to the Garlock Fault, and this one here is close to the San Andreas Fault. So I think somewhere between the San Andreas here and the Garlock Fault, it's going to hit in that area most likely. And you can see that right here, kind of centered northwest of Los Angeles. And right now, according to the overall data, and this is usually pretty close. This was a 3.5. It was supposed to be a 3.9. This looks like about 3.8, and it was a 4.3. This was a 5.8, and it was a 5.8. This was a 6.2. It was a 6.2. This is now at about 5.0. So it should be at least a 5.0 earthquake northwest of Los Angeles, which is significant. Anything from 5.0 above can actually kill or injure somebody. So it's a very significant earthquake. And I think with this data that I'm having on another forecast model, it's pointing to a much bigger quake than that. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have more information on this, but at least a 5.0 earthquake northwest of Los Angeles and southeast of San Francisco Bay here on the Garlock Fault or the San Andreas right there where they meet most likely. And that should be coming up on the 26th into the 27th. You can see this peak is most likely to hit right around, well, this is about 3 p.m. About 3 p.m. in the afternoon on the 26th, which is a couple of days from now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Wednesday at about 3 p.m., most likely, it could hit anytime on the 26th or 27th. And we're looking at at least a 5.0. So I'm going to say a 5.0 to 6.0 is likely northwest of Los Angeles and southeast of San Francisco Bay, right here, northwest of LA, on the Garlock Fault or the San Andreas Fault there during the next 48 hours, most likely again on the 26th at around 3 p.m. This quake here east of San Francisco hit exactly at 3 p.m., not exactly, but very close to 3 p.m. And that's when the risk reached a maximum. Now the risk is peaking here at around 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon on the 26th. That's the most likely time for it to hit. Again, we'll have more information on that tomorrow. Let's get back to that in a second here. All right, in Greece, the risk is up here in Bulgaria, Southern Macedonia on the 23rd and 24th, 24th into the 25th near Istanbul, kind of northwestern Turkey there. And then on the 26th and 27th, same area, north of Istanbul is where the risk is highest. And you can see the risk graph peaked here on the 23rd, and there was a 4.7 in southern Greece. And we have a smaller peak here on the 25th coming up in Greece. Alaska, the risk is in southern Alaska, out in the Gulf of Alaska, down to Sand Point and south of Kodiak Island. That's today and tomorrow. And then the risk gets extremely high here from Sand Point over to the northern part of the Gulf of Alaska, here south of Anchorage. And you can see this is when the maximum risk is on the 26th. And that's when this is peaking down here. So we should get a strong earthquake, at least a 5.0 earthquake, south and southeast of Anchorage. It could be much closer, but most likely here south of Anchorage on the 26th of January. All right, we had a 4.0 hit right there in the Gulf of Alaska just a little while ago. In Japan, we had a 6.3 earthquake that hit down here east of Kumamoto, northeast of Miyazaki. That hit on the 22nd on this map here. Now the risk is just east of Fukushima and east of Sendai, southeast of Morioka. Right here, we could get a 5.0 or larger, right around a 5.0 earthquake is likely the 25th or 26th, east of Fukushima. Then the risk shifts down to 87% risk offshore Iwaki, northeast of Tokyo, and Chiba, right there east of Tokyo. This is an interesting situation here. We got a 5.3 and a 5.1, 4.4 and 4.3, pretty significant 5.3 earthquake here west of Port-au-Prince, Haiti this morning. And you can see Reuters News mentioned that one person had died from that earthquake and people were flooding into the streets. So that was a 5.3. And just one person died from that, but it depends on where it's located, how close it is to a major city. And once again, we're looking at for at least a 5.0. A 5.0 to 6.0 earthquake is likely northwest of Los Angeles, southeast of San Francisco Bay on Wednesday, the 26th, or Thursday, the 27th. And you can see on this risk graph, and San Francisco shows up as well, but it most likely near Los Angeles, is on the 26th at around 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We'll have more information on this major earthquake coming up northwest of Los Angeles tomorrow, but we have quite a bit of information already. So if you have friends or family that live in that area, northwest of Los Angeles, southeast of San Francisco Bay, please let them know and be prepared. This could be, well, it's at least a 5.0 earthquake. So it could be a major earthquake. It's always possible that it could be much stronger than that. So when you get a strong peak like that, it's good to be prepared and aware and ready for it. So thanks again. We have, thanks to the 187,000 followers on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And thanks for following us. 17 years of research, and our forecasts are getting better and better every day. God bless you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe.